Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Day's Podcast along with a new video. I want to thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. I truly appreciate it. We will be doing exclusive episodes on Patreon and Spotify. Though I want to make sure we have as much free content as possible. And I truly thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I know I say this a lot. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe and comment on whatever you feel I could talk about, if anything. But I want to just emphasize for those that are watching, like I do, thank you guys so much. And we will be doing more over time, trust and believe. We are going to talk about Trina. And before I even continue about talking about Trina, I want to say that she is... I will say, because I have a Sagittarian sister, Sagittarius people, because she herself is a Sagittarius. I believe she's a December Sag. Let me look. She is a December Sag, December 3rd. Yep. Yep, my sister is also December as well. Though even with November Sagittarius, you know, I've talked about all signs, if you guys can check them out, as far as with every single one, all 12, distinctively, individually. You don't have to question about how I talk about them. I get right into detail, straight to the point. That's besides the point as to why we are here. Trina has acknowledged me before in recent times, and I just want to be able to say in a public video how I do appreciate her and I do love her. And you know, I know even just from whether it's Love and Hip Hop or just from her albums, like she's come a long way. And just as any rap artist or female rap artist, male rap artist, doesn't matter, any artist, like, you know, they really do try to show their artistry the best way they can. So I do want to make sure that any artist that has acknowledged me, I tell them in a video publicly as I am talking about them that I acknowledge them and I love them too. So yes, so we are going to talk about Da Baddest Bitch, okay? This is the debut studio album by American rapper Trina. It was released on March 21st, 2000 through Atlantic Records and Slip and Slide Records. So it is going to be turning 25 soon, from whenever you guys watch this video. If not, it may be 25 by the time you do. But chiefly produced by Righteous Funk Boogie, the album debuted at number 33 on the US Billboard 200 and number 11 on the top R&B hip hop albums chart, and entered the top R&B hip hop catalog albums in 2002. Okay, so as far as debuting at number 33, like I've said in previous videos, because there's a few now, if you're in the top 40, you're recognized. Clearly, y'all know who Trina the fuck is. You know who she is. She's the baddest bitch. Okay? So, that's why I say when you're in the top 40, that is showing that there are people that do acknowledge you, even though you're not in the top 20 or top 10. It does not matter. If you're in the top 40, they know who you are. Okay? And this is a debut. So, yes, the critical reception, as nasty as Lil' Kim used to be, Trina boldly positions herself as the new queen of randy hip-hop tales in which sex is a contact sport played by rival genders. Okay, that is one critic. Rhapsody wrote about the album. On her debut album, she spits plenty of rah-rah about getting over on the fellas, but she does it exceptionally well. Hot flows and no-holds-barred rhymes make this some high-quality, dirty-ass freak rap. Okay. Well, listen. Um, in what I see with ratings, it did as well as it was able to do. Not as much as people would have expected because, again, she did have singles, Da Baddest Bitch, which was released in December 22nd. Well, on December 22nd, 1999. And then you have Pull Over, which was released February 13th, 2000. So she definitely was peaking herself out in the new millennium, and why not? As far as commercial performance, let's look at that. Yes, like I said, debuted at number 33 and number 11 respectively. It did go gold for shipments figures in excess of 500,000 copies in the US. The album would stay on the Billboard 200 chart for 29 weeks and on the top hip hop R&B chart for 49 consecutive weeks on the US. In the US. So by June 2007, Da Baddest Bitch had sold 683,000 units in the US. So, and this is an album from 2000. And mind you, in 2000, even in 99, people were downloading music. People were taking the sales away from the labels and the artists and making their own CDs and putting it on the MP3s. Oh yes, I know all about all of that. And that really was what was going on. And nowadays, oh yes, people don't got time to do all that because there's so much going on, so they got to stream. Oh yes, that's the time that we're in. But back in the day, oh no, there was plenty of time for people to go ahead and be like, well, I'm gonna download this album and I'm gonna burn this disc and all. So that's why I don't question nobody on if they were living in the time that I was living on what their intentions are. Because if they had enough sense to get a certain album at a certain time, they know what they want to do in 2025. Okay? So anyway, let's look at the track list. Track 1 is The Big Lick featuring The Lost Tribe. Track 2 is Da Baddest Bitch. Track 3, If You're With Me, featuring Mystic of The Lost Tribe. Track 4, Hairdresser Skit. Track 5, Ain't Shit, featuring Lois Lane, or Lewis Lane, who I think it's Lois Lane. Track 6 is Off the Chain With It, featuring Trick Daddy. Track 7 is 69 Ways, featuring Jay Shin. Track 8, Club Skit. Track 9, Ball With Me, featuring 24 Carats. Track 10, Watch Your Back, featuring Twista. Track 11, Off Glass, featuring Deuce Poppy. Track 12, Answering Machine Skit. Track 13, I Don't Need You, featuring Trick Daddy. So Trick Daddy has a couple tracks on here. And why not? Because they've known each other for a very long time. Track 14, I Need, featuring Trey 6. Track 15, I'll Always. Track 16, Mama, featuring J-Bon and Jay Shin. And I'm happy that she had a song called Mama on here. Track 17, Take Me, featuring Pamela Long, and track 18, Pull Over. So the singles themselves were spread out. So you had one single in the beginning and one single by the end of the album. And yeah, by the end of the year, she still was charting in the US top R&B hip hop albums at number 63, but was not charting in the Billboard 200 chart. So I have yet to really talk about that because, of course, that's not always talked about. And when it's able to be kind of seen, it's kind of like, all right, well, yeah, you might as well talk about it. So there are times where an album will still be sold in the sense of where if there are, R&B hip hop sections in certain stores, and people pick it up, it will still sell that way. But if you're thinking of like one of those major stores, like a Walmart or things like that, where it's like, all right, the album's right there, you're gonna buy it, and it's not being purchased. It's like, all right, well, I guess it all depends. But that's kind of like where I'm thinking where it kind of can go, where it's kind of like, it's not so much that it's not in every single store that it could be at, but if it's not purchased in certain stores, it will kind of stem into where it could fall in the sense of a certain chart, which could make sense, and it does make sense. Okay. So yes, I want to thank you guys so much for listening and watching everything that I have been doing thus far, and there will be more.